Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show. I'm Jim Fuller. I'll be your co-host today, and, of course, we'll have commentary from Coach Lee Davis. Kind of tough night for the Coffee County Red Raiders last night, Coach Davis.
It was. On the field, it was just a comedy of errors. I thought the kids played hard. It was a tough night. You know, it was an emotional night. We had 19 senior football players that won't play for Coffee County ever again, and 2 football managers. And those managers, you know, do a great job, and we're going to miss all 21 of them. Mm-hmm. They've actually done an outstanding job for us, and like I said, the emotions of not playing well and then losing those guys, it was a rough night for a head coach.
21 seniors, but that's a big part of your team. But you had 80-something or 90 players that were in the program this year.
We did. We've got about 90. We had a string of injuries. I mean, just unbelievable injuries. So we got to play a lot of young people, and got a lot of kids coming back that got a lot of playing time. We're kind of forced into playing time. And, we're going to miss those 21 seniors. I mean, that's their leadership. They're great kids. They're good kids in the community. They're good kids in the school. I mean, we're not graduating anybody that we really feel like, is not just a part of this foundation, this program.
Last night was a tough night, too, as far as injuries and some illness as well, Coach.
We did. We had 3 that went to the emergency room, which is it's about the norm for us, seems like, lately. And, Rozier had the flu last night, and it was, it's been a rough year when it comes to injuries, and you hate to see that. And I tell you, as a head football coach, you hate to see the year come to an end.
Okay. But I'd have to say that I bet you there's been some big-time upsides of that in dealing with some of these kids who really are just great kids, as you mentioned, and really seem to have a good time playing the game this year and had a great attitude all year long.
Oh, they have. No matter the record, no matter the score of the games, the kids had fun. They had fun at practice. They had fun at meetings. Senior dinner we had Thursday night where all the seniors and their parents got together. It was joyous. It was a great occasion. It was nice just to see all the parents and everybody. Record means a lot, but there's so much that means so much more. And the love that we have for these seniors and the love they have for us and the coaching staff back, it means the world to us.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break to acknowledge some of our fine sponsors who have been with us throughout the year. We'll be right back in just a moment with the game film, right after this.
Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising possibilities.
Being a representative, at least for me, is about building relationships. I consider each person that I meet in Nashville as an opportunity to make life better for the citizens of this district. 10 years ago, I was a freshman representative. Today, I'm Speaker Pro Tem of the Tennessee House of Representatives. That's a decade of connections that have brought jobs and prosperity to this district. Who you know is vital. Who you represent, that's what it's all about. I'm Judd Matheny, and I approve this message.
Hey, football fans. I'm Miss Tennessee 2012, Chandler Lawson, and spokesperson for Second Harvest Food Bank of Middle Tennessee. 1 in 4 Tennessee children don't know where their next meal is coming from, and often their struggles are silenced. In Tullahoma, 5 Loaves for Kids sees that need and ensures that hundreds of students are fed each weekend. But that wouldn't happen without dedicated volunteers and generous contributions. So tonight, I'm asking you to contribute to the fight against child hunger. Please visit www.5loavesforkidscharity.com to lend your voice.
Do you
Need a part for your car that the dealer just wants too much money for? Well, bring your toolbox and pull the part yourself for huge savings at the CFC Auto Salvage Pick and Pull on Highway 55 between Tullahoma and Manchester. No walking through waist-high weeds here. All of our vehicles are located in our graveled parking lot, up on blocks with room to work. We stock hundreds of cars and trucks, foreign and domestic, new and old, with new vehicles added weekly. You can even search our entire vehicle inventory online. And if your old vehicle gives up the ghost, bring it by. We offer top dollar for your salvage vehicle. Open to the public 7 days a week until 6:30 or until dark, so there's plenty of time to come by. That's CFC Auto Salvage Pick and Pull.
You can see it in his swag. You can see it in his swag. He a boss, you can see it in his swag. How we walk, how we talk.
A lot can change in 2 years, but not everything has to. With the Charter Price Guarantee, lock in low rates for 2 years, because sometimes it's nice to know what's on the road ahead.
Welcome back. You're with the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Show. You're watching live Coffee County and Cookeville on senior night. Pregame ceremonies with the parents and the players on the field at Cardin Gerald Field. I'm Chip Ramsey, your host, with Coach Lee Davis, head coach of the Coffee County Red Raiders. Good crowd on hand at Cardin Gerald Field. Gives the seniors a good send-off.
It's a good bunch of kids there right in the middle of the field. That's like I said, 19 seniors, 2 managers, and great kids. I mean, it's a bunch we're going to miss. And like I said, I'd love to name all of them, but I'm afraid I'll miss a couple. But we let all the seniors be captains, and they've got a new rule that your whole seniors can't walk out to the midfield anymore. So I kept sneaking them out a little closer. And when the officials weren't looking, we'd step up a little further. I told them if we got a penalty, I would take it. It's no big deal. But we received the ball starting out.
Really got to work on our lineups, with the band.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you now to Cardin.
But we've got audio. Red Raiders come out of the tunnel underneath the stadium. Emotionally before this thing gets kicked off, where were we emotionally? It's not a game we're playing for any particular carrot and stick at the end, but it's obviously a last game for the seniors on this team. Many of them have played in this community since they were peewees.
It was. It was emotional. It was emotional in the locker room. It was emotional before the game with the kids, talking to their parents and everything. It was an emotional game. And, I really felt like before we took the field, our kids were ready to go. We were emotionally charged, and we were going to have a great night. Good job there. A little dump for 1 or 2 yards. And, I've been meaning to say this for 10 weeks now, but you look at this, and I think we have one of the best filmers in the state of Tennessee. I mean, he does an outstanding job. It's Doug Miller. His son's our tight end, and he's unbelievable when it comes to filming. He's spot on. He is as big of an asset as about anybody else we got, and I just appreciate all he does.
This is one of the 2 angles of the game. You've got one in the end zone now that you use the huddle program on to break the game come down. Peyton Meeker's blindsided and sacked, and that ball turns over on the ground there for the Cavaliers. Cookeville in business, 1st and 10 inside of our territory. Coach, they started deep inside of our territory most of the night, or at least the first 3 scoring drives.
They did. You just can't hold them out of the end zone when you give somebody the ball at the 30-yard line. I mean, it makes the game too easy for the other team. It was I think it was a big factor in this game and how it turned out, how it started. Our defense fought all night, but again, you give the ball to a team and they've got 30 yards to put a drive together. There's not really a lot you can do. Our defense is playing strong. Travis Dixon came up there and made a great play. Yeah, Travis has turned into a really nice linebacker, doing good things. A little option run there.
Good one-on-one tackle there when you're D lineman.
That was a turnover. I mean, now we get the ball back, and Rozier was sick all day at school, and We tried to ride him about as much as we could, but I think the flu just had a little too much. It took him out a little too much. Good job here. Ball just got tipped. I mean, we were in boot and thought we had something open and just got tipped. Backside pressure. Luckily, we were able to punt this out of there and not have to give up a safety.
Wow.
Dave Morgan does an outstanding job there. I mean, just getting off. I know it went to the 20-yard line, but forcing them to go 20 yards is better than just giving them up points.
Sure is. Cookeville immediately back in business. Downhill run, touchdown. Smithson, nice run there for Hunter. Weaving his way through traffic. Coffee County back in business. 7-0 down to Cookeville, first quarter, senior night. Pitch Rozier, fumble.
Again, it was just, it was almost like a comedy of errors last night. If it could go wrong, it went wrong for us. So a little overshot there to Douglas, and all those guys said today they wish they could be here, but they're taking the ACT today. And,
so they had that going on after this.
Oh, of course. So I wish all of them the best of luck there on the ACT. I know it's really important, and hope they all make 36s. Again, another punt. They're starting inside the 40-yard line. Got behind our coverage, down to the 1-yard line, and
smokes that guy.
Yep. Inside the 1 is almost just a matter of time. Touchdown. Do a good job here blocking the extra point. You can see we're still fighting. I mean, we've still got some fight in us. Lotta comes through and makes an outstanding play to block it.
13-0 Cookeville, kicking off to Coffee County, still in the first quarter.
We just got behind the 8-ball early. I mean, it was just, we were behind, and when we were behind, we were behind. It wasn't just like it was 7 points. They jumped out on us pretty quick, and now it's an uphill battle. Had a little miscommunication there on that play, and
right at the first down stick, incomplete. Raiders punt again, third time of the quarter. Morgan gets another good kickoff that was almost blocked, which can go for many yards. Here we are back again. Cookeville's going to have excellent field position, 1st and 10 on the Red Raider 27.
I'll tell you, it is just so hard to play a football game when you are just inside your territory.
Oh, it's impossible.
All game long.
It's impossible. I mean, the odds are you're going to get beaten and you're going to get scored on soon. I mean,
yes. It's a great job there by Jordan Wilson. Jordan Wilson is a senior for us, and he's been an outstanding player all year long. He's made some humongous plays. And he's going to be so missed. He's going to be missed in the locker room as a nice little jokester and a leader of the team, and he's going to be missed on the field next year.
Good coverage there. Raiders have him bottled up. Coffee County defense.
We're fighting.
Turnover on downs. Meeker gets the ball on a screen. I tell that was Jess here.
It's right through his hands. We, set up. We saw what we liked here, and here's one of the occasions here we had something we liked, and when you got 5 offensive linemen and they bring 6, you're going to have trouble blocking them. And in the first quarter, we can't get anything going. I mean, we're a punt fest on offense, and our defense is fighting hard. We've got John Reese Gilmer back punting. Decided we'd go with a new punter and see if we couldn't change things around. But here's Cookeville again inside the 40-yard line to start off. Luckily, got a good little block in the back there. It was very, very evident, very obvious. So they move the ball back, and we get another fighting chance. Good job by the receiver there of Cookeville. I mean, he went up, he just posted him up and did a good job. I mean, there's not much you can say or do, and that's what we tell Cody House. You know, you were in great position, you were right where you're supposed to do. The kid just bodied him out. I know little things like that you don't notice, but Logan Baumstein, who's another senior leader for us, comes up and sets the corner and keeps that one out of the end zone. And Logan's played well all year long. He is, like I say about all the seniors, he'll be well missed. We hate that we're missing him.
Yeah, Logan's presence, we talked about him last week or the week before one of the shows, about the little things that he contributes to the game that you don't see the long runs, you don't see huge touchdown passes or long throws or whatever, nothing that people are going to remember, but it's the little things like setting the corner on a third down and forcing them into a punt.
A huge asset. He's just a huge asset. It's hard to replace, you know. Great job here. Great catch by Jesse Brown. And, I hated Jesse was knocked out of the game, especially senior night. As a matter of fact, it may be this drive coming up that we lose him for the game. Great job there, Grayson Miller. We caught him in a blitz. We pretty much figured out what they were going to do. So, nice little hot pass there to Grayson. Again, you got 5 blockers and we bring 6. There's not much you can do. Good catch there by Kyle Douglas. Kyle Douglas has turned into be a really good receiver for us, and I'm glad he'll be back. And he's got great hands and does a really good job.
He's a big kid. I love that kid. I love his athleticism. He's just a strong kid right here. Picked off. Probably ill-advised pass Meeker would like to have back.
Meeker knows what he did. If you look at him, as soon as he threw it, he kind of went running after it because he knew that, he knew that the receiver had jammed him up inside and it was going to be a problem. It's a good job there running by Sawyer Chumbos. Sawyer's another one of those linebackers that we don't call a lot, but is an outstanding player for us and makes plays. And Sawyer's going to be missed, just like his brother. His brother was starting defensive tackle for us, who tore his ACL and was out at the Tullahoma game. So we're going to miss both the Chumbos brothers.
Sawyer finally had his name called correctly at the end of the game last night. One of the local stations they were talking about how Sawyer's mom had, I think, called them up and said their pronunciation. Of course, it is an odd name, and one you don't hear around these parts very often. He will be missed, Coach, and
he will. Here's the play of the night, and I think this is the last play for Jesse Brown. Nice little pass out to Jeffrey Simmons, senior, who's going to be well missed, and he takes it to the house. And like I said, I think that was Jesse's last play. I think it's the last play he remembers. And, so if you're going to go out, it's good to go out throwing a touchdown pass. And I was glad he got to throw it to Jeffrey Simmons. Like I said, another senior receiver. It was senior on senior night, and we've got a spark. I mean, it's 7-13, and no matter what's happening, we're still fighting. Our defense is keeping us in the game, and we're at this point in the game, we think we got a fighting chance. Big fullback run there.
Unbalanced line left. Just a sweep.
And just like that,
Cookeville, who had come into last night's game already leading the district, top seed in the top-ranked team in the district going into playoff rounds.
Smith's done a good job fielding the ball there. And it's not halftime yet, so we still feel like we can still run the football and develop into do what we want to do. Draw play there by Rozier. Still fighting hard.
D'Angelo picked up about 8 or 9 yards on that play. Of course, again, D'Angelo Rozier battling the flu all day, all last night.
Tip ball, it's just a sickening play for a quarterback when it just, it gets tipped, falls into the other guy's hands. The stats won't look pretty, but it happens. Great job here, missile by Jeffrey Simmons. It's plays like that you have to have during the ball game. I know it doesn't look much for a 5-yard game. That was a great job.
The ball came back on that last one. We had a roughing the passer.
We did. We had roughing the passer. They took a little cheap shot on Meeker. Meeker took a lot of shots last night. I'm sure he's sore this morning. I think he's probably taking his ACT. He may have an ice bag on him, 1 or 2.
Do you get some points for standing in the pocket all night and taking shots like that?
Boy, you should.
Don't you think so?
Jeffrey Simmons getting his first down on a little reverse play.
Good effort by Simmons to get to the corner, get to the sticks, get a first down.
Moving the ball and just right off Grayson Miller's fingertips. Like I said, this was kind of just one of those games that wide open in the end zone, and Matt Ross just right off his hands. We saw it to play before, knew we'd come back to it, and it was just Matt Ross is going to be one of the seniors that we miss. I actually think he's moving today. I think he's moving to Florida, so he's going to be really missed. And we come here with a little trick play and trying to get something sparked, and Jeff Simmons does a good job of knocking the ball out. Drop pass, defense takes over. This is kind of one of those games I'm sitting here watching. The only thing that can cross my mind is we're just an inch off here, an inch off there. A couple tip balls, a couple of hits right in the hands. I mean, it's just kind of...
Again, you're watching a team that's playing football. I mean, we're playing football.
We're fighting, that's for sure. I mean, the defense is fighting their tail off. Our offensive line is, doing the best they can with, when people are bringing more pressure than we can protect, and Meeker's standing in the pocket like a warrior.
So going to halftime down, Coffee County on senior night to Cookeville. Right now you're watching the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider Football Show. I'm Chip Ramsey, your host. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising possibilities.
Being a representative, at least for me, is about building relationships. I consider each person that I meet in Nashville as an opportunity to make life better for the citizens of this district. 10 years ago, I was a freshman representative. Today, I'm Speaker Pro Tem of the Tennessee House of Representatives. That's a decade of connections that have brought jobs and prosperity to this district. Who you know is vital. Who you represent, that's what it's all about. I'm Judd Matheny, and I approve this message.
Hey, football fans. I'm Miss Tennessee 2012, Chandler Lawson, and spokesperson for Second Harvest Food Bank of Middle Tennessee. 1 in 4 Tennessee children don't know where their next meal is coming from, and often their struggles are silenced. In Tullahoma, 5 Loaves for Kids sees that need and ensures that hundreds of students are fed each weekend. But that wouldn't happen without dedicated volunteers and generous contributions. So tonight, I'm asking you to contribute to the fight against child hunger. Please visit www.fivelobesforkidscharity.com to lend your voice.
Do you need a part for your car that the dealer just wants too much money for? Well, bring your toolbox and pull the part yourself for huge savings at the CFC Auto Salvage Pick and Pull on Highway 55 between Tullahoma and Manchester. No walking through waist-high weeds here. All of our vehicles are located in our graveled parking lot, up on blocks with room to work. We stock hundreds of cars and trucks, foreign and domestic, new and old, with new vehicles added weekly. You can even search our entire vehicle inventory online. And if your old vehicle gives up the ghost, bring it by. We offer top dollar for your salvage vehicle. Open to the public 7 days a week until 6:30 or until dark, so there's plenty of time to come by. That's CFC Auto Salvage Pick and Pull.
You can see it in his swag. You can see it in his swag. He a boss, you can see it in his swag. How we walk, how we talk.
A lot can change in 2 years, but not everything has to. With the Charter Price Guarantee, lock in low rates for 2 years, because sometimes it's nice to know what's on the road ahead.
Welcome back. You're watching the Coach Lee Davis Red Raider football show. Second half, Coffee County Cookeville senior night, final game of the 2012 season. Raiders set to kick off the Cavaliers, Cardin Gerald Field. Right now we're down in a hole.
We are in a hole, but at halftime, the kids were up. They didn't want halftime. They were ready to get back out there and keep fighting and keep playing. And, no matter, you can turn the scoreboard off right now because the kids are having fun. And the coaching staff put together a good game plan coming out that we thought. And we just tried to be emotional and tried to keep playing.
Thought the defense played well in the first half for the most part. You look at the score. There's some tip balls. There's some short fields. Cookeville never, I think, had the ball in their own territory to start a series. I thought they played even better in the second half. The defense did. Red Raider defense steps up, and you just see a little more aggression on their part.
You did. They played with a lot of emotion, and you see in there Zach Watson, who's another senior who I'm anxious to hear about his shoulder because we were scared last night he might have broke his collarbone, dislocated his shoulder after the game. But he's a senior that would be missed. He's played at a superior level on the defensive line. I can't be more excited for that kid coming in. He's been an asset to the D-line.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He was on my first team the first year I coached youth football. Zach's a good kid.
He is.
Good pursuit, good tackling, way to bottle up a shifty little runner.
We got our backs to the wall here, but again, we're just trying to keep in there and trying to fight and play hard.
Brings the ball down to the 3-yard line. Well, it's now first and goal, Cooper.
Still not sure how we got audio on this one. Usually we don't have the audio on the games.
I tell you, Doug Miller's a magician.
It's good audio. And Doug Miller is a good...
Number 45, Joe Speaker, touchdown, Cavaliers.
And just like that, they're in.
They're in, and you see there Nathan Kimbrough, number 47, is pretty banged up. He was taken off in an ambulance last night, and our thoughts and prayers are with him. We hope that his hip is okay, and there's not more damage to anything else. I can't wait to get an update on him. And another senior who this was his first year playing. I think he played his freshman year way before I was here. But he's a great kid, and I look forward to seeing what he does in the future. Good run here by Jeffrey Simmons.
Simmons finds a nice seam on kick return. Red Raiders in business in midfield. Meek throwing on his back heel under pressure. Ball goes to the dirt.
Just got a tip there. Went back to the well one too many times and just got tipped. Tell you another one, in addition to it being senior night at Cardin Gerald Field, it was also our pink out night. Our breast cancer awareness, so the kids have on pink socks and pink tape, and I'm sporting the pink visor, and I got my pink socks on, so we're trying to do our part and for a very worthy cause.
National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. Sports teams from
all the way down.
All the way down.
NFL, all the way down.
Kids on my 9 and 10-year-old team that wore pink socks this year. So. Coaches are either the pink socks or somebody left those red uniforms in with some socks and washed them.
Well, that's what I told the kids. If we didn't have enough pink socks, we could wash the white ones with red, and I can make pink.
I've done that before.
Oh, I was going to say, if you see my laundry, I can do that.
You see your laundry. I got banned from doing the laundry my first year of marriage, so I don't think she ever figured out I did it on purpose.
May have to try that.
Oh, I can't do the laundry, honey. I'm sorry. Just missing a couple tackles right there. Pretty good play on the outside there, turning the play in.
It's a great job there setting the edge. Like I said, no matter what the scoreboard says or anything else, we are playing hard. I mean, our kids are fighting. If you're a Coffee County resident or a Manchester resident, you can be proud of every one of these kids.
Right there for Coffee County to pick up a
good job there by Jordan Wilson.
Another great play for the Coffee County defense, bottling up of course, now, Coach, we run like 8 plays down here inside the 20.
Yeah, I mean, our kids are just...
And our kids are battling. Excellent stop.
Yeah. Great job there by J.C. Simmons. I mean, that's another name that got thrown into the mix because of injuries, and he's played well, and he's one that's come back next year that we look forward to him having a great offseason and getting bigger and stronger. Just bad tackling on our part there, and it's almost one of those things. You take a punch and take a punch and take a punch, and finally you just open to see here. Going for 2, up by 28 points, or I guess it was up by 33. A little questionable.
Not
there.
sure why they do that, but I'm sure they've got their reasons. A little onside kick here. I didn't really understand this call either. Why?
You're only up by 28. I talked to him after the game. He said he didn't mean to kick an onside kick.
Have we heard that before?
Yeah, Kevin Dyson told me.
Yeah. Never heard of a play call being accidental, but anyway, Coach, you're dealing with a loss of personnel on defensive front right now. We got
Devin Gravitt in. Devin Gravitt got some playing time Friday night. He's in there at nose guard, and that's probably some of the first action other than JV that he's seen all year. And I'm anxious to watch film and see exactly how Gravitt did Friday night.
To the home sideline, can you get the ambulance to the home sideline? Thank you.
That's never a good thing when you hear the PA announcer ask for the ambulance to come to the home sideline.
Third quarter action. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Coffee County and Cookeville. Coach Lee Davis, Red Raider Football Show. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
They say you see the world differently. It's like you see the miracle of life in even the smallest things. That's what it feels like to survive. St. Thomas Heart has more locations than anyone in the state, giving more heart patients a new lease on life. For more than 40 years, they've been leaders in cardiac care. That's experience you can count on.
It's that time of year again. This is Sarah McCamey with Markham's Pharmacy. Don't let the flu get you down this year. As a busy mom, it's hard to manage work, family, and all the extra activities. At Markham's Pharmacy, we're here to help make your life easier. Don't miss school or work this year because of the flu. There's no appointment necessary. Come on by and help your family stay flu-free.
Markham's Pharmacy is your hometown discount pharmacy and so much more. We hope to see you soon.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Hi, I'm Jim Lewis. I'm a Democrat running for State Senate in District 16. Some of you may have heard that I'm a liberal Democrat. Well, it's the truth. I am a liberal Democrat. But you need to know that I've supported every conservative Democrat that's run for the last 30 years. I've given them money. I've put out their signs. I've made phone calls for them. That's the strength of the Democratic Party. We've got liberals, we've got moderates, we've got conservatives, and we all work together for the good of the United States and the good of the state of Tennessee. The strength of the Democratic Party is that we invite everybody. We invite everybody to join together for the good of this country. I'm Jim Lewis, and I need your vote. Early voting starts October 17th, and the election is November 6th. Thanks.
Vote Jim Lewis, a committed, strong, loud, clear voice for the people.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
Welcome back. We're watching fourth quarter action, Coffee County and Cookeville. Final game of the season. Coffee County is playing badly hurt, badly torn up. At this point in the game, a bit emotionally bruised as well, I would say.
We are, but I tell you what else we did. We got every single senior in. Every single senior on that team got to play Friday night. So no matter what they've done, whether they threw a touchdown pass like Jesse Brown, caught a touchdown pass like Jeffrey Simmons, no matter what they did, they got to play. And they'll always remember their final game on Cardin Gerald Field, they were in the game. And that's a great feeling that you know that you can look over there and, you know, all those guys that have worked hard, they've sweat, they've bled for you, they've cried, and now they're getting to play.
Turnover on downs. Defensively, Coffee County makes a good stop. Back in business. Nice play. A little screen pass from
Jeffrey Simmons, yeah. Big meeker to Jeffrey Simmons. And real nice play. And I got David Haga in there at fullback right now. And we're Haga's another one of those kids that'll be thoroughly missed. He was one that you can ask him to do anything, and without a doubt, he will always do it. I mean, you can ask him to play fullback, you can ask him to drive the bus, you can ask him to go outside and make tacos. He will always do it without questioning, without answering or anything. Just hung that one inside just a little bit, yeah. And I thought our offense did a good job here. Our offense is not really the best tacklers in the world, but we're trying to get him down. I mean, you see Meeker actually traveled down there, tried to make the play, came back, made the tackle. We tried there.
Penalty brings the touchdown back. Got to be a hold or blocking it back in a situation like that. I didn't see the call, but Cookeville in business with some of their second teamers in. Coffee County playing many of the seniors who are not starters.
Ooh, Jordan Wilson almost got the ball, and it's one of those. That's a good punter making a good kick.
That's a nice punt. The Cavaliers takes us down to our own 1 yard line. Coffee County 1st and 10 from deep, and.
Oh, we did a good job of punching it out. We put our starters in here to kind of get us off the 1 yard line and get us some room. And you'll see here in a minute, I got Rozier and Flowers in the game. Flowers with a really good run to get us first down and get us on the other side of the 20. And then we got in Hague at fullback and little Dalton Carter. And I'm excited about Carter and what he can do next couple years. Got quick feet, and like I've said before, just runs like he's mad. And that's great to see. Tip ball.
Story of the night right there.
Again, an inch off. I mean, that's kind of the whole. You sum up this game by, hey, we were an inch off here and an inch off there. You can't win football games like that. Got Herschel Burnett in there at nose guard now.
Herschel Burnett. That's the name that has been called often.
And love Herschel to death. He works as hard as anybody else at practice, and he's done everything we've asked him to do. So it's good to see him in there getting a lot of work. Patrick Mulligan in tight end or in the defensive end there. And Mulligan got most of his reps on offense, and he's still a pretty good defensive player, and he got in there and got to play on defense. Another outstanding punt. They won the special teams battle, and I think they beat us about every facet of the game. Good run here, though, coming up by Dalton Carter. David Hagan does a great job of getting locked up on a safety, and Carter runs the ball. Really good run on the stretch here by Carter, and Matt Taylor in there at wide receiver with a nice clean block. It's good to see Matt Taylor out there on the field. A little Cody House action. Cody starts on defense for us, so I try to limit his reps on offense, and we gave Carter a breather after running about 5 in a row. So I let House have a couple carries.
Your little scat backs is kind of a...
love to see him run the football. Love to watch him run the football.
Yeah, and different look for Coffee County traditionally that haven't been. We haven't seen the scat backs. We've had usually kind of straight up vertical runners. Coach, 33-7, Cookeville beats Coffee County, and again, this game we played with a multitude of injuries and a multitude of new guys, and it was just one of those things. I think we talked in the break that last week's big win against Franklin County, maybe emotionally somewhere in the back of their minds, that was the end of the season. That was the highlight, going out on a high point for them so much. And again, couple that with some injuries, comedy of errors, tip balls in the hands of defensive backs. 33-7.
33-7. That's about all you could say. We're an inch away here or there. We're building a program. We're not building a team. And that's what I tried to stress to all the younger guys after the game. That, hey, we're building a program. I said in 30 years from now, if I'm still around 30 years and I'm still coaching and we've won major games in 30 years, I want to look back at this senior class and last year's senior class and say, you know what? They laid the groundwork. They put the frame up. They were able to build for the future.
Last year's senior class, I think, kind of kept the glue together, kind of let you grow up a little bit as well as a first-year coach. Again, a special group of kids. This year's class, senior class, again, kind of inching the ball forward a little bit more for this program, which, again, has been in some disarray. I've remarked often that our friends down here in Tullahoma, Coach John Olive has been at the helm of the Wildcats for over 20 years, and during that spate of time, Coffee County has had I think seven, we lose count, 7 or 8 coaches during that time. So, again, these seniors can contribute to what we hope is going forward with a program that we're actually building at this point.
And building to be proud of. I mean, not just building something that's average or below average or okay. I mean, my goal is for us to be talked of in the same sentiment as a Tullahoma. I mean, you talk of Tullahoma, you talk of John Olive, the things he's done is outstanding over here. And that's the way I want to be. I want our program to be spoke about in public.
I think we're on the way there, Coach. I think you've got some, you've had some, despite this year's record, you've had some seniors and a group of kids really that never really quit the season. Even the underclassmen. And there was plenty along the way probably to give up on. But this team never really just, you can when you're an observer and you watch these things, you can tell the how do you call it, for lack of the vibe, the whatever they're putting out, the team is collectively and individually putting out there when they go out to play football. This team never showed that broken spirit.
No, not at all. And they never did in practice. They never did in the school. They enjoy football. It's something that every one of these seniors, all 21 of them, because you can count the managers too, will always look back and remember this season. And no matter what the record, they'll all look back and smile. They'll all look back and think about, okay, wasn't that funny when this happened? Do you remember when this happened? They had fun. Like I said, records are immaterial once you've graduated and moved on. It's all about the relationships that you've gained. It's all about the coaches. You look at Jesse Brown, all those seniors, they'll always look, Nathan Henderson, Tyler King, they'll always look back and know, hey, when I was a senior, Coach Lee Davis was our head coach. And, and he did the best job he could, and he did everything he could for us. And that's what I want. I just want the seniors to know how appreciative that I am that they were able to play. And, like you said earlier, we got a lot of young guys, a lot of reps this year. I mean, we've got a nice core coming back, and I'm looking forward to it. I told you off the break, it's kind of a bittersweet. Season's over, no more practice. I wish we were still playing. I wish we were still practicing. I wish I was still breaking down film tomorrow. But for the first time in my daughter's life, I get to go trick-or-treating with her on Halloween. And that's that's important to me. I mean, family's always been important. So, again, it's so bittersweet right now, and we're just going to take a little time off and then get ready for 2013.
All right, Coach, we're going to let Olivia and Meredith have you back for a few more months until we return again for the next season, 2013. Red Raiders are going to be strong next year. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Chipper Ramsey. This is Coach Lee Davis, Red Raider Football Show, and that's Lee Davis. We're out of here. Thanks a lot.